far. So tired.
何ちんたら歩いてるんだ。背筋を伸ばしてしっかり歩け。
Yeah. Now that the weekend was over and the following Monday had arrived, Kureha and I began the day by walking to school together. In all of our conversations thus far, we'd agreed to keep a certain subject to ourselves. That was...
変態
Hmm?
恋人に対して変態って呼ぶのはやはりおかしいだろうか。呼び方を変えた方がいいかな。
Well, I'd certainly appreciate it.
そうか。じゃあそのケーニ
Hahaha, sorry. It was so cute and just slipped out. A bashful Kureha was the best in every possible way. If this kept up, and we started acting like a real couple, then I was sure everything would work out this coming weekend. It happened yesterday afternoon. Upon further investigation into the manuscripts to pin down the exact location of the mallet, Kureha's eyes suddenly sparkled and she leaned in close.
おい変態、天の巻に面白いことが書かれていたぞ。
What is it?
そうだ、ここを見ろ。ここだここ。
Kureha pressed her body right up against my shoulder and pointed to one of the manuscript's pages.
前に小槌は呼び声に応じて戻ってくると話しただろ。その条件がここに書かれている。何でも小槌は最初の契約者である大竹丸の血を継ぐ者にしか扱えないらしい。当然資格がないと再召喚もできない。呼び出す方法はわからないが、資格者が小槌の眠る土地に赴けば伝承にあったように周辺が光り輝くらしい。
We'll be able to figure out where the mallet's been hiding if we just walk around with a descendant of Otakemaru?
そういうことだ。そして聞いて驚け。その子孫こそが何を隠そう、この私なのだ。
Oh, really? Huh? You are?
ああ、母さんは大竹丸の血を今に受け継ぐ住吉家の長女でな。土蜘蛛でもそれなりの地位についていたらしい。その娘である私も薄くはあるが大竹丸の血を継いでいるんだ。
Kureha replied and proudly puffed out her tiny titties. Come to think of it, Otakemaru was known for being short, right? That alone seemed to resemble Kureha pretty well, but I never imagined she'd be a genuine descendant of Otakemaru. Did that mean Otakemaru had tiny boobs too? Maybe that's why Otakemaru used the magic mallet to transform into a mountain-sized Oni. Her boobs would get bigger with the rest of her.
なんだ、なぜ私の胸をジロジロ見ている。
That's not right, Kureha. You shouldn't rely on the magic mallet to make your boobs bigger. All natural is the way to go.
いきなり何を言い出すんだ。誰がそんなこと考えるか。バカバカしい。
Given how flustered she was, it sounded like that idea had crossed her mind at least once. The mallet-powered tiny titty nurturing project.
ほら、それより話を戻すぞ。とにかく私は大竹丸の血を引いているんだ。つまり私が歩けば小槌に当たるという寸法だな。
In that case, is there anywhere you've experienced any strange reactions in the course of your daily life so far?
いや、特に意識していなかったからどこでどんな反応があったかわからない。問題になっている恋人たちの他にも今まで足を踏み入れたことはなかったしな。
Lover's Hill, huh? Are we really sure it's there?
そんなの言ってみればわかることだ。反応があれば正解、なければ別の場所を探せばいい。
That sounds simple in theory, but after what happened last time...
坂上の忍者か。
Right, you've gone there once before, so I'd bet anything they've beefed up their security since then. No matter what's resting there, their objective is to catch you.
私 ばしいたせいか。
Yeah, you reap what you sow.
うるさいな。だったら忍者たちを欺いて小槌を手に入れるまでだ。
Those ninjas are much more talented than they look. From what I heard, didn't the chief ninja guy put up a good fight yesterday?
確かにあいつは危険だ。森に入った途端いきなり背後を取られた。十分警戒していたというのに。
Right? They've definitely upped security since then. Sneaking in at night would be suicide. We lucked out that we only ran into the chief last time, but it wouldn't amount to a simple mallet search if more ninjas or Akari's group were to show up unannounced. Stealing treasure in a scuffle personally got me fired up, but that strategy wouldn't suit someone as cautious as Kureha. On that note, how about we go perform some reconnaissance this afternoon? All we need to do is to get on the hill itself.
まあそうだな。それが一番安全で確実な方法だ。まずは小槌のありかを特定したい。
Sounds like a plan. Fortunately for us, it's a famous date spot, and no one should suspect us if we are hanging around there. What's wrong?
いや、たとえ演技でもお前とデートしなくちゃいけないのかと思うと。ああ、やはり強さネウタツキンが痛い。
Your what? That's an oddly erotic name, but what the hell muscle is that? How was that name erotic? We'd stick out like a sore thumb if we walked around Lover's Hill bickering the whole time. It could be problematic if the ninjas caught onto us while we were in our school uniforms too. Now that it had come to this. Hey Kurea, I think it's high time for us to settle down together.
いきなり何をくしばしっているんだ。私たちは別に結婚を前提にしたお付き合いをしているわけではなくて、そもそもこれは演技なわけで。
Wait, calm down. I didn't mean it like that. I'm saying we should have trained a little bit so we look like a genuine couple. Yeah, let's learn to behave naturally as a couple before next weekend so we can fool the ninjas. With that, Kurea and I would work together and become a genuine couple. We'd flirt whenever possible, gaze into each other's eyes, and top it off with a bunch of sweet, lovey-dovey conversation. At least that's how it was supposed to go.
屈辱だ。どうして私がこんな目に。そうだ、相手を葵に変えよう。そうすれば何の問題もない。
That's fine, but how are you going to explain it if the mallet shows up out of thin air? You don't want Aoi to find you're the fake Ura, do you?
でも私一人で。
If you do, then I might run away. Weren't you keeping me under round-the-clock surveillance?
ではどうすればいいんだ。若い美空でけ物に手相を捧げるというのか。
Hey, watch it with the insults. Come on, just give up and flirt with me a little. It'll help improve your piss-poor Roman skills anyway.
その軽いノリが嫌なんだ。恋というのはもっとこう甘酸っぱい感じのだな。何を言わせるんだ。恥ずかしいだろ。
No, you set yourself up for that one. How about that? The romance she envisioned was bittersweet. She could be surprisingly girly when she wanted to be. Let's start off by holding hands. When you think of a couple, holding hands is kind of a staple.
そういうものなの。
Kureha timidly held out her hand as her cheeks flushed a bright shade of pink. When I touched her fingertips, Kureha's shoulders trembled and she stepped away. Oh, what's wrong? That was such a cute noise too.
だって前の指がくすぐったくて。
Oh, that's great. Act embarrassed, just like that, and it'll be perfect.
今のは演技じゃない。
Huh?
いや、なんでもない。とにかくこうやって手をつなげば恋人らしく見えるんだな。
Kureha's cheeks were tinged to the slightest shade of red as she interlaced her fingers with mine. Her hand was so small compared to mine, and I could feel heat radiating from her palm. Your hand is so cute and tiny. It's much more obvious now that I'm holding it. This is where you're supposed to blush. What you just said really hurt. Ugh, the road to becoming a lovey-dovey couple is so far off. Alright, in that case, let's have the sort of conversation you would think couples would have. That should make things easier to understand. Huh? Yeah, I guess. Stop! The knife in my heart can only go in so deep. In reality, I had very little dating experience. I wasn't about to have any fluid, romantic conversations anytime soon. Regardless, I was still trying my hardest to act like a boyfriend should, not that it seemed to be getting across to Kureha. On that note, she turned to face me and fell silent. What the? Why was she suddenly staring at me? Despite my confusion, Kureha continued gazing up at me. Her expression reminded me of a kitten begging for a treat. Cute. What the heck? What's your problem? You're the one who's got her panties in a knot. Mimicking your parents? Ah, that's what it was? Kicking me while I'm down, huh? With that said, it was kind of charming how she envisioned her lovey-dovey parents. Were your mom and dad really close? Bedridden? Kureha immediately looked down at her feet. It must have been a rather sensitive topic for her to discuss. No, what you just did was great. You finally seemed to find some motivation. So let's go with the flow. Nothing's dirty between lovers. Come on, look at me. Once I gripped her hand and leaned in close, Kureha's face went tense and blushed all the way to her ears. You can just look into my eyes then. Go on. Yeah, this is great learning opportunity for you, so we'll need to get you to the point where you can hold a conversation while looking at someone in the eye. Now, that's enough of that. It's just for a little while and it's not like it hurts anything. Alright then, why don't we start things off with a French kiss? Coo meow, ha ha. Being pushy is good once in a while, don't you think? What? Senpai, why are you here?
ああ、お前たちこそこんな往来の真ん中で何をしている？
With that, we finally took in our surroundings. We were standing on the commuter's path to school and planted right in front of the gates. There were naturally students walking by and heading toward the school building.
あ、くーちゃん、おはよう。今日も彼氏とラブラブだね。自分だ
One of Kureha's classmates, who just happened to be passing by, jeered at Kureha. She held her head in her hands and let out a loud shriek. Kureha and I headed to the tea kettle after classes let out for the day. We had plans to stop by the shopping district on our way home, mostly for dating practice. Once we got back, we'd have another staring contest with the manuscript.
今朝は散々だった。これでクラスだけじゃなくて、学園中の噂になってしまったな。
Now, once we go to the hill, we are going to have to do way more than that in public. It made for good practice, don't you think?
あれ以上って、お前は私に何をさせる気だ。エロか、エロなのか。
Calm down, I wouldn't do something like that in public either.
人前じゃなければやるんだな。この変態、きつく、けだもの。
Wah, don't cause a scene! War! Kureha turned bright red and started kicking up a fuss. I held down her shoulders to try and calm her. Just as she said, we should probably assume that news of our relationship was spreading not just between our friends, but all over school. A small part of me was happy about it, but it seemed to be a huge inconvenience for Kureha.
そうなんだ。恋人たちの丘にね。そうそう、おかしな格好の忍者さんがいるの。
I recognized that voice. I turned toward the familiar voice and found
あ、お兄ちゃん。
Aoi, why are you here?
どうしてってみんなでお茶してたんだよ。ねえ。ねえ。
I noticed 3 other schoolgirls who appeared to be first years, judging by the ribbons on their uniforms, were seated with Aoi.
ねえねえ、葵ちゃん。この人が噂の？そう、私のお兄ちゃんだよ。いやー、やっぱり住吉さんと結婚を前提にお付き合いしてるんですよね。あ？誰と誰が結婚を前提にして付き合ってるって？あ、くーちゃんだ。くーちゃんだ。じゃない！一体何の話をしてるんだ。そりゃあもちろん。ねえ。お前らな。浦部先輩。クレハちゃんとはどこまで行ったんですか？お泊まり上等なんですか？
Yeah, of course we are. I've been basically living at her place.
きゃー、まさかの同棲。やっぱりお二人はそういう仲なんですね。ほらそこ、勝手に盛り上がるな。私たちはそういうんじゃない。でも恋人同士なんだよね。いやー、住吉さんかわいい。これからはクーニャンって呼んでいい？クーニャン言うな。そうかそうか、二人は今日も治療に専念するんだね。いいよ、私は影から生温かい目で見守ってるよ。だからクーちゃん、今日こそお兄ちゃんを男にしてあげてね。ん？何の話？それはね、お兄ちゃんのあれがただの。
Wow, Aoi, you sure are cute today. Come here, you.
何お兄ちゃん、急に頭撫でないでよ。くすぐったいよ。
I patted Aoi's head to prevent her from elaborating further, and she happily accepted the gesture. Thank goodness she was such a simple person. What's wrong? What's that look for?
なんでもない。
What was that all about? Was she jealous of Aoi?
なんだかこうしてお兄ちゃんに頭なでなでしてもらうの久しぶりだね。
Really?
うん。 はクーちゃんとばっかり一緒にいるからまあ仕方ないんだけどね。
すみません、注文お願いします。
今行く。じゃあ私は仕事があるからもう行くぞ。またねクーちゃん。
Aoi smiled and waved, but earned a less than pleased snort from Kureha before she disappeared into the shop. Maybe she really was jealous? It couldn't be, right?
お兄ちゃんお兄ちゃん。
Hmm? Aoi whispered into my ear and slipped me a tiny piece of paper.
私が集めた情報今のうちに渡しておくね。
Oh, thank you. You're a real lifesaver.
お兄ちゃんのお役に立つのが私のお仕事だもん。それじゃあまた明日ね。今日は夫婦水入らず甘い夜をお楽しみください。
You're acting like an old lady. I saw Aoi off as she headed back to her booth seat, and I headed back to the counter seat I came from. It would appear Aoi had been busy gathering intel while out having tea with the girls. I felt bad for assuming she was just goofing off. Oh. When I made it back to my seat, there was a sweet sake I hadn't ordered sitting there. I took a peek into the kitchen and spotted Kureha quickly hide behind a pillar. She must have put this together for me. Thank you, Kureha. I appreciate it. Thoughtful gestures like this really were the best. It also made me super happy when she remembered what my favorite drink was. Feeling grateful to an absent Kureha, I tilted back the unglazed cup and quenched my thirst. If I were to look in a mirror right now, I bet I had a totally unsightly grin on my face. After saying goodbye to Aoi, Kureha and I were walking side by side downtown at sunset. The manager was considerate of us and let Kureha out of work earlier than usual. Thanks to that, we were able to make it to the limited time sale at the grocery store on time.
今日はじゃがいもが安かったな。これで当分食材に困らないぞ。
Yeah. Our spoils ended up being 2 heavy bags of potatoes, which I was tasked with carrying. Why did we buy so many? Are we eating them with every meal or something?
文句言うな。作ってやるだけありがたく思え。
Fair enough. You'll be going to great efforts to cook for your beloved boyfriend, and I should be grateful for that.
愛する彼氏は余計だ。
But you will be going to a lot of effort.
それはもう食材がもったいないし、下手なものを作るわけにはいかないだろ。
For sure. Yeah, thank you.
僕変な顔で笑うの。気色悪い。
Kureha went beet red, ears and all, and walked ahead of me. She was definitely feeling shy. I never got tired of seeing her blush, and it only made me want to tease her more. The store was awfully packed today, huh? I never thought we'd get shoved around so much just trying to buy veggies. The grocery store turned into a battlefield the second the sale began. There was a sparkle in the shopping basket carrying housewives as they charged into the shop to get the best deals. They were modern-day oni. One couldn't hope to stand against them with superficial determination. They tugged on my clothes and hair too. I'm exhausted now. That was way more effort than it needed to be to buy veggies.
お前は図体がでかいからいけないんだ。私なら人の合間を縫って簡単に獲物を手に入れられるぞ。
Yeah, you're short and have small boobs. Ow, 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 ow. Don't pinch me.
お前は一言余計なんだ。
What is it?
なんでもない。
Kureha stopped in place and stared at my back, then immediately began walking again. I didn't really get it, but I knew she wouldn't tell me even if I asked. All I could do now was to wait for her to open the door to her heart. Then again, patience wasn't exactly in my nature.
なあ、先に荷物を持って帰ってくれるか。私は寄るところがある。
Huh? Hey! Kureha handed over the bags she was carrying and headed back into town without so much as giving me a chance to stop her. What in the world was that about? I really wish she'd talk to me before up and making spur-of-the-moment decisions like that. Could it be that she still didn't trust me? Sure, I hadn't really done anything to earn her trust, and it made sense why she'd keep her guard up. Maybe she really was a little lonely. I decided to head back to Kureha's place and started preparing dinner. Kureha had been in charge of making dinner for a while now, but I was fully capable of peeling potatoes. On that note, our dinner consisted of mostly potato-based dishes. There was the potato nikurogashi I had eaten before, fried meat and potatoes, and even a potato pizza to go with it. At first I thought I would get sick of eating it all mid-meal, but delicious! Delicious!
相変わらず大げさなやつだな。
It tastes great, so what do you want from me? I won't stop, and you can't make me. I sipped on my booze and happily smacked away on my food while Kureha turned away with her chopsticks in her mouth. Her cheeks were a faint red. So cute! Why don't you invite Aoi next time so we can all eat together?
そうだな。葵となら食事もうまくなるしな。
Are you suggesting food tastes worse when you're with me?
よくわかったな。せっかくの美味しいじゃがいもがお前の顔で台無しだ。
Did you forget? We need to go to Lover's Hill this weekend as a couple. It's normal for couples to sit around and eat dinner together. If we can't even do that much, then we'll never be able to deceive our enemies. My reply earned a bitter scowl from Kureha. She must have really hated the idea of flirting with me. However, it would be difficult for us to go to Lover's Hill if we couldn't pull off the most basic of couple interactions. The fake Ura's appearance at Lover's Hill was included in the information Aoi had brought for me. Consequently, they had tightened security and were apparently questioning anyone acting suspiciously. Akari's group was also popping in from time to time. We needed to master this couple stuff as soon as possible, otherwise we risk getting interrogated by a bunch of ninjas during our investigation. Come on, you're my girlfriend, so isn't there something you could do for your boyfriend?
心的障害を受けたと訴えることか。
That's the worst possible way we could break up. Come on. Not that. Feeding me. We did it in front of Senpai before, right? Let's try that again.
なんだ。やはりお前は M なんだな。小豚プレイがお気に入りか。
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Please let me eat my food like a normal person so your heart can go baboom.
毒なら今すぐ止められるんだが。
You don't need to sound that disappointed.
超怖い。お乳のためだ。
Kureha reluctantly plucked up some of her food and, with her hand beneath her chopsticks, brought it to my mouth.
ほら、口を開けろ。私が食べさせてやる。
Ah. Nom nom.
どうだ。
Phew, anything you make comes out great.
そうだろう。愛をたくさん込めたからな。
Your inflection just changed. You meant that in a negative way, didn't you?
嘘は言ってない。
Tell me it isn't so, honey. Was this going to be good enough to get us through the weekend? What the? I heard a sound nearby. I gazed out the window with half-opened eyes to find the moon shining brilliantly in the night sky. There should still be time until dawn. What could it be so late at night? It was all fine and well if it was just a rendezvous with a cat, but it'd be terrible if someone were trying to break in. I held my breath and turned my attention to the opposite side of the room. There, a pile of books and empty boxes came into my field of vision. The area past the Berlin Wall in the center of the room was sacred territory, the land in which Her Excellency Supreme Ruler Kureha slept.
よし。こんなもんかな。
Her? She's awake? Maybe the noise I heard came from her room. I took a better look at what was happening and saw Kureha folding a familiar pair of man's pants on her lap. There was a pincushion and paper bag off to her side. Kureha had returned home with that bag but refused to share what was inside.
まったくい。変なところを破いて。これでは恋人失格だぞ。
Kureha gently brushed the butt of those pants and verified their present condition. Had she noticed that I had torn my pants and was going to fix them? Even I hadn't realized it. Ah, she was looking right at me. Pretend to be asleep. Pretend to be asleep.
起きてるか。
Pretending to sleep. Pretending to sleep. Once she made sure I didn't reply, she put my uniform on its hanger and then...
失礼するぞ。
Huh? Why did she come over here? I figured she'd head straight to sleep herself.
よしよし。似てるな。ほんと髪の形は大体似てるかな。あとは。
What the? Why was she staring at my face? Not good. She'd notice if I tried to peek too. This would be forced. But I'd better turn over. Moo. The tiny movement of my arm caused Kureha to quietly yelp. Come on, why are you staring at my face? While blushing, no less. The way she was acting almost made me wonder if she had feelings for me.
どうして葵はこんなやつが気に入ってるんだろう。理解に苦しむ。まあ、悪いやつではないけどな。意外と頼りになるし。こいつの恋人役か。悪くはない。
It was then that Kureha softly brushed my hair. Her soft, cool fingertips brushed against my scalp as they ran through my hair. Oh no, her fingers tickled. It was going to make me shiver. Moo.
いけないいけない。変態相手に何をしてるんだ。バカやってないで。いい加減寝るか。
You said it. What are you doing seriously? Something was bound to come of it if you brush my hair with that kind of look on your face.
おやすみ。へにゃ。やはりこれはないな。私までドキドキしてくる。
Kureha pressed her hand against her chest, nodded, and crossed the barrier. What the hell was all that about? Why had she practically snuck into my bedroom? For that matter.
おやすみ。へにゃ。
Wah! No good! My body was on fire and working up an odd sweat. Kureha's smile was too cute. I couldn't take it. This was bad. My heart was pounding like crazy. I'd never seen Kureha smile like that before, and I never imagined it would be this destructive. If we started dating for real, would she smile at me like that every day?
こいつの恋人役か。悪くはないかな。
I rubbed my face into the tatami, careful that Kureha wouldn't notice, and groaned to myself. My body felt flushed in a variety of ways, and in the end, I never got a single wink of sleep that night.